Hello, how are you today?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. The prestige of the books, I think sets a lot up for this. I think a lot of people are going to be very interested to see how you guys have brought the story to life. How does it feel stepping into a role that some people maybe already know quite well?
It's intense. It's super, super overwhelming. You want to do the best job possible. I want to do the best job possible to hopefully fill the shoes of Julia and create the TV version of Julia that we all know and love, or don't so well from these books. It's daunting, It's you want to do a great job, and you want to be able to become these characters to the best of your ability, right, and keep the fans happy.
And I guess for the people who haven't read the book, what can you tell us to start with about Julia? What's the starter information that maybe some people might want to know?
Julia's really intense. She's super, super smart, and intellectual of sorts, really great with academia. She's passionate and driven, and, she's got a really, really, really strong will.
And I think it's safe to say that early on, she's kind of the one who seems together at the start of the first episode, at least. Whereas maybe later on, that's not the case.
Yeah. There might be some role reversals between her and Quentin. Absolutely, a little bit of a seesaw effect. Yeah.
How does she see Quentin at the start of things? What's her relationship like with him when we begin?
Yeah. Julia and Quentin have been friends since they were, childhood best friends. And there's this unconditional love there. They love each other so much. And magic was their sort of thing together. Julia got Quentin into it in the beginning when they were younger. And it was this fun sort of extracurricular activity. Wow, that was like brain fart. That they did this thing together, and as they got older, I think Julia started to believe in magic less, and was just kind of like, you kind of have to grow up and suppress those feelings of enchantment and bewilderment, and become with the times and be a boring robot like everyone else in society. And I think Quentin was always still wanted to believe in something, and didn't want to suppress those feelings. And as they get older, it's like, boom, magic is real. So we sort of see them go off in these two directions. And in the pilot, in the first episode, when we find out that magic is real, Julia's floored. Right. Because she was, almost telling Q that he's got to, man up and become a citizen of society, and, stop daydreaming, when really, it's no, she was completely wrong the whole time. So you sort of see him start to come into his own, and see her start to kind of downfall. Right. Yeah.
But I love I don't think it gives too much away to say that she has a parallel path, that there's something else going on than what we maybe see at the beginning, with, I guess, her path through magic, I guess you could say.
Yeah. She goes through many ebbs and flows.
And so can you give us some sort of hint as to what that path looks like long term?
Long term, I don't, according to the books, some really, really cool, amazing stuff happens. Right. Whether they choose to follow that for the up and coming seasons, right, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I hope so. Right. Because would be awesome.
She has quite a long story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they've done so far, one of our writers in the staff room said it perfectly. She said, Julia doesn't really have an arc. She just, it's
Interesting.
So it's numerous arcs or ups and downs, or I don't know. And I laughed at that because it's kind of true, at least in season 1.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So then filming it, what was it like actually putting this onto the screen? Was there, it must be interesting working with the special effects for this kind of show?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I got hooked up into, what's it called? And now I can't think of the name of it. When you get strapped into
I think
harness. There we go.
System.
Yeah, I got strapped into a harness and got to hang upside down, which was really cool, with strings, which was awesome.
Well, even the first episode, I mean, I don't know how much of this is, I'm assuming most of it isn't practical, but the spark effects are quite cool.
Yeah, and in that episode, we actually did have somebody with like flint and steel doing the, but that's CGI. That's us choreographed moves with our fingers and then CGI.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then do you find that working in it, that can you picture kind of what they're going to be doing with some of the stuff, or does it come as a surprise once you see the finished product? You go, oh, well, that's amazing. I didn't expect that.
It makes a huge difference. I've done a little bit of ADR,
right,
and so we get to see some things, and it looks really silly without the special effects. It's like, and then I'm sure when it comes out and we get to see it, we'll be like much more impressed, But there are those moments of like what's going on?
Have you seen much yet?
No.
No,
I've seen the first 2.
Cool.
So as much as everybody
Same
else.
as pretty much everyone, the media, basically.
Yeah.
Cool. So then, the other side of this is I heard that you were actually, you were not a magician, but you did stage magic.
It was one of my early jobs. It's so funny. I said this in one interview, and now it's like, it's followed me.
Hilarious.
It's haunted me. It's like, no, shh. I worked at Bubba Sparrow's in New York when I was like 17. It was one of my first jobs to try to make some money. And I would like,
It's a great story, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is kind of cool. I had forgotten about it, and I said it in passing, I think at the TCAs.
Yeah.
And ever since then, it's like followed me. It's really fun. It's like the trickle effect.
Has anyone found the videos? I haven't even looked yet. Are the videos still
no.
on YouTube?
Oh, God, no. I don't know. That's terrifying. Please, there's so much to not
They can
ever.
cut that into the magician's trailer, and
I don't even think they know. I had forgotten, honestly. And then I remembered, I was like, oh, yeah, I did that for a while.
They might have some street credibility after this.
Yeah.
So, in terms of actually acting it out, what was it like working with, I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, the gentleman who plays Quentin?
Oh, I don't remember his name either.
You know what I
He was
mean?
terrible. It was awful. It was haunting. No, he's amazing. We had a great time. Jason.
I'm sorry, yes.
Jason Ralph. Quentin Colder. It's okay. I'll take it. Julia's way cooler.
You're the famous one,
Way
clearly,
cooler.
yeah.
No, I love Jason. He's so good. And we work really well together. It was lovely. We got to do a lot of great banter during press in California.
I've seen some of the video clips, and you guys seem to have a great vibe together.
Well, it's kind of like every second somebody goes brain dead, the other person will jump in and like save the other one. So it's really nice to have like that sort of backup. So you're not just like flatlining,
Right.
those awkward when you're kind of just and you ramble.
Right.
Yeah, like that. The ramble and then like the trail off.
Did you, I mean, did you gain that as working with him, or did it come instantaneously, or what was that like?
That's a good question. It was really cool, actually. Our first meeting was over Skype. I was in Chicago at the time. I was doing Chicago. Yeah, I was in Chicago. And we met over a Skype video call. And we both, we found it was really important to us to build these characters' backstory and make it so it really showed that they had been friends since they were kids.
Right.
And we spent a lot of time talking and getting to know one another. And became really good friends, and hopefully, I think it does, emulates through the screen.
Yeah.
It feels like we've known each other for years.
The early scenes, especially, I found with you guys, it felt like you guys had a camaraderie going already. Yeah, very cool. So then, anything you can tease about the rest of this first season that people are going to want to watch for?
I mean, sex, magic, and rock and roll.
Nice.
It's going to be fun. It's a fun show. The books are fantastic. If you haven't read the books, you got to read the books.
I assume you've read them then?
Yeah, absolutely, all 3. And it's really cool, and it's really fun, and we get a chance to sort of play and do things that, as actors, you don't always get the chance to do. So check us out on Showcase Monday at 9 p.m., double episode premiere.
Nice. Thank you very much.
Cool.